Welcome back to Nullius. We are trying to beat this Factorio mod in 144 hours. We're 92 hours in, and I'm feeling pretty good about our chances. But who knows, anything can happen. Now, in this episode, I'm going to get a better nuclear fuel up for this reactor, and I'll probably mean I can build another one of these reactors. Also in this episode, I'm planning on getting copper ingots up for the very first time in 92 hours, getting copper in Factorio. What fun. And this is going to allow us to build better insulated wire right now, and then soon we will be able to get the blue computer chips, processor 3s, I believe they're called in Nullius. So looking forward to that. Let me show you how much better this insulated wire recipe is going to be. The important thing with copper wire is the ingots that we're using. This is about a full belt of aluminum ingots we are consuming for a green belt of insulated wire, which we really do need. That insulated wire is being consumed in all sorts of electronics, and again, it's the aluminum that we are struggling with. All this other stuff is basically negligible. Now, let's switch over to the copper insulated wire. Keep in mind, copper is basically free. Like, we're not doing anything else with copper, so we're just setting up copper processing for insulated wire for the most part right now. You can see everything went down, and even the copper is less than the aluminum. The power consumption is a quarter of what it is, and that's not even going into the aluminum setup power, whereas for the copper, I'm expecting that not to go up very much. So yeah, this is a pretty significant difference here. I'm looking forward to it in this episode. Now, you'll notice the time's ticking down. I've just been letting this run, and no one's called me out for cheating. But I do feel a little bad. A lot of times I use this mod time buttons to go in quarter speed and then design things, so I'm not wasting a whole bunch of real game time, and I'm still going to get the 144 hours, even though I've spent a lot more than 144 hours dealing with this. Something else I do that is possibly cheating is I'll just sometimes load up my save and then let it run while I just dink around, and then I see the problems that are going to pop up over the next hour. And you can see our nuclear reactors stopped working. Has rocket science stopped working? Rocket science is okay. But look at this carbon fiber, not carbon fiber, carbon composite. I'm using all my carbon composite for astronomy science, which means none of the carbon composite is running down here for pipes. So my pipes aren't working. That's the sort of thing I can find out by doing this. And then all I have to do is reload the save and then fix all of that stuff before those issues arise. So sometimes you guys will have noticed me being like, well, there's another problem over here. Let me go fix it. And you're like, how did he know there was a problem? I'm just that smart. Yeah, you can see our labs aren't working. So I'm going to keep note of that. I'm going to make notes on what's not working, and then we'll get it fixed in the opening minutes of this episode. All right, I'm ready to reload. So let's take care of that, and then not the auto save. That one there, hour 92. Let's go. First thing I want to do is change this into this. So now some carbon composite, precisely half of the carbon composite is going into my base, and half of the carbon composite is going over to my astronomy science. That way my mall doesn't get starved while my astronomy science is the only thing producing in my base. Next thing I do, come down over to biology, where I recently expanded this lab setup and totally botched this bacteria pipe so that the sugar fermenting wasn't working, which meant my cellulose wasn't working, which basically resulted in me not having any carbon fiber that I needed for the carbon composite. Okay, so now this is working. It'll back up on methanol and we'll be all good. There's another thing I want to do over here, and that was but make a ton of oil storage. This is pretty much temporary until I research the thing where I can consume the oil storage. So let's see. The reason I want to expand this is because oil is basically a byproduct of this tree seed harvesting. If I can't get rid of these tree seeds, then I can't get the wood that I need. And yeah, we're starting to run low on wood. So blah, 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 blah. All right, massive oil coming in this thing. I put a relief valve on it because I didn't want to consume all the oil in this tank, because if I did consume all the oil in this tank, then these things would be working. They are working. What is this set to? It's set to 10% relief valve. Relief valve? That should be a top-up valve at 10%. Silly. Unbelievable. And actually, we can do 20%. That's fine. All right. So silly of me. Anyways, what's next? We're fixing a very minor bottleneck in the mall, and that is this Beacon 1 assembler, which is chugging along as fast as it can, but it was tier 2 instead of tier 3, and it had those yield modules slowing it down unnecessarily. We'll put the better productivity modules, which gives us better productivity and faster speed, and now this should be enough. Are we getting the ingredients we need? I might need to bump this up a bit, because those bots are going to have to bring stuff faster now. Okay, and everything else should be fine. We'll start filling those up, I believe. I don't see an easy place to put beacons around it to speed that up, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to assume that'll take care of that. And that was to fix the Lab 2 issue. Yeah, these aren't working because of small beacon ones. Next up, we travel to the east, where just last episode, I believe I sorted out a gravel byproduct. Yes, here we go. This is coming up from uranium, and it's a very long belt. And I immediately was like, put a belt here, and then I tried to connect it and went right next to it and didn't notice. So there you go. Fixed that issue. Okay. Another thing is over by my hydrogen, which I think I can make it here before I stop talking, indeed. This backed up. All right, how do I fix this? Yeah, you can see... I'm actually okay right now. This large tank is completely full. This pump is like my byproduct hydrogen that I need to make sure it's empty at all times. And it is working overtime. There's no other hydrogen that's getting into this tank. I'm just barely hanging on. But I do want to make sure we don't run into issues. So I am going to put actually a relief valve at about 50%. And if this byproduct line ever gets too high, we are going to pump it into chimneys. I cannot be bothered to figure out like what I need exactly, but I think this should be okay. I can also put a little tank here. Do I have room for a big tank? I do have room for a big tank. We'll just do that. Okay, that way if this fills up for a significant amount of time and we don't have enough hydrogen venting 1,500 a second, yeah, because I mean this is pumping more than 1,500 a second, so we'll just store up some hydrogen if we ever need to, and then vent it a little. Yeah, so that way we can vent it slower than we actually need to because we have this buffer. Anyways, yeah, it looks like we are hanging on here, but this byproduct line is filling up. It was at 100 earlier, now it's at almost 200. So I do believe we are going to need that in the next few minutes. And that brings us down to our nuclear reactor, which is where I'm going to start this episode anyways. And you can see the spent fuel processing is not fast enough. This breeder cell reprocessing, yeah. I just quadrupled the speed, I believe. So now we can go 0.6 a second, and these reactors can do 0.4 a second if all of them are using the breeder cells. So I'm going to rethink this, actually. We are going to filter out the breeder cells. Where are they? I can never find them. Here we go. Spent breeder cells. Go the other way with it. And I'm actually going to put it in a buffer like so. Okay, so now the spent breeder cells can come right into this box. There's a place for the spent breeder cells to be output from the reactors. And then eventually we will get through them all. I think I'll just leave it like this. That's enough of that. Now there's one other thing that's going on here. Let me see if I can explain it in a timely, succinct way. And that is we are using only breeder cells in times when we have, when we need more tritium. So when we need more tritium, we're only getting breeder cells. And this belt gets backed up completely. And then we get only the spent breeder cells on the output. And then we process the spent breeder cells. And only once we process those spent breeder cells, that's when we get more tritium. So this line gets filled up a whole bunch. Then we get a bunch of tritium as we process this and as we get lithium on this belt. and then we have enough tritium and we stop making breeder cells. But this whole belt is filled up with breeder cells, so we get more and more and more and more spent breeder cells. So what I'm saying is this belt gets full with lithium and we are unable to process more of the spent breeder cells. I think this buffer is probably fine, but putting another lithium buffer is probably worth doing. Let me see. Here we go. Yeah. Something like this, and that way we don't run into issues with the canisters as well, because if I were to like rely on this buffer for the spent breeder cells, I'm not quite sure exactly what that would do with the canisters, because then the canisters would only come this way when we were using the spent breeder cells, and then yeah, I'm just not 100% sure. I would like these canisters to be more regularly supplied to this chest. Anyways, I think that fixed a whole bunch of stuff. My bots will bring that chest, and I think everything will be okay. We are filling up on tritium now that we are doing this spent breeder cell stuff faster, and we're no longer backed up on the spent breeder cells. So everything's good. Everything's good. Let's get up this better nuclear fuel, which I believe is called fission cell as opposed to fusion cell. Okay, we've got the nuclear stuff we need. We need to enrich it now. And the enriching is interesting. It uses 5 nanofabricators, and then we are also planning on doing 5 fission cells. However, we do need enriched uranium for a couple other things in our base. So I think I'm going to do this separately rather than direct inserting the way I did over here with the yellow cake going into the uranium. So first I'll do the nanofabricators, and then I'll do the fission cells like so. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Pretty darn easy, if I do say so myself. Now, we wanted 5 of them, I think, so we'll do 6, because that's the way I roll. That's a Factorio player for you. We need 5, so I'll do 6. Not even a good Factorio player. Good Factorio would say, we need 5, so I'll do 12. But you know, you do an expandable build like this, I can build that up to about 100 if I wanted to. Anyways, there's a byproduct of mineral dust, and I already have a line of mineral dust right over here, so I'll just merge it on in there. How much mineral dust are we getting from just those nanofabricators? 3 a second, so that's easy as pie to handle. And then the uranium can come down here, and we can split it up going to the next thing we want. And shall I put just enough room for a small beacon here? I think I shall. Something like so. Alrighty, something like that for the fission cells. They'll come down here. I guess I can put them in a chest for now, but anyways, we gotta run all the other stuff we need. Which is what? What's the other stuff we need? One thing we'll need is steel sheets. Steel sheets, and the way I'll do that is request the boxed version of the steel sheets. Let's see, which is steel sheet boxes. Okay, cool. And yeah, probably need a ton of them because they're coming from so far away. And I need an unboxer, of course. And I think that's fine. How much do I need? 3 a second, and yeah, that can do 3 a second, right? I'm sure it'll be fine. Now, I don't have any steel sheet boxes in my logistics network. No, I do not. Oh, well. Okay. Tritium, and then deuterium, and then what's the other thing? That's it. Okay, tritium and deuterium. I will run it on down and over. Should be pretty straightforward. Because it's just to the west of us. When I got here, instead of cooking it around, I just demolished one of these seawater intakes. So hopefully that doesn't make my base come to a grinding halt. All right, and I've already forgotten which one should be which, huh? I think the bottom one is tritium. What do you think? Let's see. The input is tritium, and the input's on the bottom. Okay, so tritium first, and then we will see deuterium in the pipe. Now, how do I want to do this? I think I don't need any priority. So I think I will just run the tritium up here, and I specifically did not use a pipe like that because I'm not able to look at this arrow when it's behind there. So I was a little worried that wouldn't quite work for me. Can I reach? No. But I think that was the right line. Yes? Good. All right, tritium's here, so now we should see deuterium, hopefully. And if I don't see it in the next few seconds, I'm going to be worried. Oh boy, I'm going to be worried. All right, how do I do this? Oh, this is an output, so I need to hook it in here. Yeah, perfect. Easy as pie. Oh, and look at that. We've got deuterium in that bit. Okay, cool. And do we have a throughput? Because there's not much tritium in these pipes. Let's see, here it is. So I think we'll be fine. It's such a slow crafting speed, and it gives me, let's see, twice as much as I need to back up. How fast does this fill up? Oh, it fills up instantly. Okay, as long as there's a little bit of tritium in these pipes, this will fill up instantly. We won't have an issue with throughput. And then, cool, this will back up like so. And we just need to go put steel sheets in a box. Let's do it. Made it over to my steel intermediates where we have sheets right here. I will put a filter inserter for the sheets going into, let's see, it's not boxed, it's regular. And I need to box it. Oh my goodness, where is it? I can never find those boxers. All right, into a supply chest, and we don't need a ton. All right, I picked some up. Great, fantastic, wonderful. They're still bringing me stuff, huh? Okay, so the fission cells are working. Now I believe what I want to do... Oh, I have all these spent cells in my inventory too. I believe what I want to do is make a new reactor. Yeah? Oh, we need to do the fission reprocessing as well. That's probably going to be a bit of a headache. I'm not quite sure what sorts of byproducts we're going to need to set up, but we'll find out shortly, won't we? Created the first fission... Sorry about that inventory thing. Created the first fission at, what is that, 91 hours. Pretty good, pretty good. You like how this spent thing's coming down here? It's beautiful. I won't hear any slander about it. All right, I guess I should also do a buffer here. Is this buffer increasing? I think it is increasing, even though this is clearly fast enough. Oh well. You can always put a large beacon here or whatever. And yeah, cool. So we are running through the breeder cells, and now we're going to consume fusion cells because our tritium is so high. Awesome. Very cool. Anyways, yeah, I guess I'll buffer it just in case we have an issue like we did with the spent breeder cells. Okay, and then take it into a flotation cell. And how fast is this thing going to be? Let's see, 1 every 4 seconds. So I actually think we're going to have to do a row. We're going to have to do a row of these. Yep, like this. All right, I'm realizing I didn't actually need more than about 1 per second for the uranium processing that I have now, but this will future-proof this. We just need to set up sulfuric acid, wastewater, and caustic solution, and then I believe we will be all set to bring over the fission cells over here. Oh yeah, and also I need to make sure I deal with the byproduct of iron oxide and yellow cake, which I've decided to just actively provide to my network, so my bots will shove a whole bunch of stuff in there. I can repurpose it all super easily unless I forget, in which case then we'll have 50 million chests of yellow cake and iron oxide somewhere. No, I'm not going to use that much fission cells anyways. Here, I'll put this down here. That way I will remember it. Yellow cake and iron oxide active provider. That's way too long. Oh well. All right, let's run these sulfuric acid, wastewater, and caustic solution lines. And bada bing, bada boom, caustic solution, sulfuric acid, wastewater, all complete. Now we just need the spent fission cells. Let's bring on over a belt of that. Yeah, we'll belt it. I actually don't, what am I doing? I don't know. That's going to be a big buffer of uranium fission cells. But yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. This is just going to be messy because I like messiness. And we'll take advantage of these crazy belts like this. And then we'll just figure it out. So when do we want to use the fission cells instead of the breeder cells and the fusion cells? Well, we definitely want to use the fission cells if we have enough tritium. So the fission cells use tritium. They consume tritium. We can just look at it here. They consume a bit of tritium. It's less than the fusion cells, but more than the breeder cells. The breeder cells produce tritium. So yeah, I guess we want to make tritium if we... Let's see. Okay, we're using the breeder cells if tritium is less than 3,000. So if we really need tritium. And if it's not less than 3,000, we would rather just always use the fission cells, right? So I want to do this, don't I? When would I ever want to use the purple fusion cells instead of the fission cells? Is there ever a reason to use fusion? I guess if my uranium ran low, but otherwise this is strictly better. Strictly better. I guess if we have a ton of tritium, the fusion's probably a little better. But we're never going to get a ton of tritium. We don't have anything to make a ton of tritium because we're not going to use the breeder cells unless oh, I did that wrong, right? Oh no, I did it right because we have more tritium than we need, so we're not going to use the breeder cells. Okay, so I think this is right. Now these nuclear reactors are going to glow green at some point. Phew. All right, and I would like to build another power plant. I think I like the 4x4. It's doable. What am I trying to say? Not doable. It's easy enough to hook up everything. That's what I want to say. I've tried like a bigger one, and it just gets unwieldy. Okay, let's do this smart like. We need this bit, and then I'm going to just use Stirling engines on this one. All right, so we're pulling it off from here, and then we're putting it back down here. And yeah, we'll figure out something like this. Actually, I'm going to place it a little closer to the belts, and that way I don't have to worry so much about the belts getting unnecessarily filled up. So I could put it here, I think, right? Does that make most sense? I think it makes most sense to put it around here. And then, yeah, just do something like so to get the inputs where they need to go. Bring it on up here. Cool. And then I can easily like that. And yeah, we'll just start it. We'll start it up. Let's go. Just as my favorite song starts playing. I love it. Okay, cool. And now we're getting the uranium cells, which these are not working because we don't have enough of this, and this isn't working because we don't have enough ore? Yeah, we don't have enough ore. Oh, hello. There's always a bottleneck. There's something you gotta check. What did I not connect? Such a colossal wreck. Alright, that was fitting. What did I not connect? Alright, they're glowing purple now, baby. Let's go. Oh, and they're about to glow green. Woohoo. All right, well, let's set up just Stirling engines is what I decided. I'll use Stirling engine 2s, but I'll imagine they're Stirling engine 3s. That way I can upgrade them when I want. What is that? Oh, that's like I demolished a rock, but then didn't do anything with it. All right, do I have any explosives? I do not. Well, okay. How do I do this with just Stirling engines and the thermal tanks? Are these thermal tank 3s? They are. I think first I put thermal tanks... Let's see. I can cram them in like so. It's not beautifully symmetrical vertically, but that's okay. Alright, and the best way to do Stirling engines is maybe in rows like this. And I forget how many Stirling engines I need here. Oh, why didn't I center it a bit better? Oh, well. Oh, well. All right, so this produces 400 megawatts, and each Stirling engine 2, yes, it consumes, what did I decide, 2.5 divided by 0.9? Resolve this bottleneck. 2.78, right? I've seen that before. So 400 divided by that 2.77 repeating. 144 Stirling engines. Boo boy. And plus more than that because I'm only going to be using these Stirling engines when the wind dies, and that's really not all that often. So yeah, pretty much as many Stirling engines as I can do. The issue is I don't really know the heat mechanics. Like how does the heat go through the heat pipes? I do not know. Let's see, this transfers up to 80 megawatts, so I believe I need the heat pipe 3s. Why was that there? For a minor reason. Alright, is this stupid? Probably it's pretty stupid. Now, yeah, I don't think the Stirling engines transfer heat, right? I don't think they do. Like, I don't even see where there is a heat connection at all. Yeah, okay, there's the heat connection. Fair enough. All right, and let's see. Oh, yeah, right. Like, here I did that, but these ones on the bottom, I don't think. Like, power output 0 watts, and then there's no power output. Oh, but this one has a 0 watts, huh? I wish I could see how hot these get. Because the heat pipes are hot. I think I'm going to erase that because it seems like it's not working. And then I need to extend this down here, and I can put another row of Stirling engines like so. Don't actually know. Oh, one way to check it would be to just put heat pipes here, and then if those get hot, then I'll know. Yeah, we'll just check that. We'll check it. See what happens. Okay, but anyways, this is starting to get hot. That's good. Which means these are starting to get hot as well. And we can... Let's see. I think for now I'll assume that the Stirling engines do not carry the heat. So I would need to do something like this to fill that in. Y'all let me know if this is crazy. But I think that'll sort of cover it. And then how many Stirling engines is that? 90, so I could fit a lot more Stirling engines in here, but you know what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Whatever. That's good for now. We'll come back and fill it in just like we're doing here. Okay, so let's see here. The temperature is rising. Okay, so the Stirling engines do carry the heat through. All right. Huh. Let's test that out a little further, because I thought I tested this already and noticed that none of those Stirling engines were working, but then I very promptly did the exact same thing. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know what I was thinking. Anyways, I bet we're out of Stirling engine 2s. Yeah. Could I upgrade some of these to Stirling engine 3s? That would help. Right, because then we need a fewer of them. Right. Let's upgrade the ones closest to the reactor, to the Stirling engine 3s. Anyways... What do we need to do? I think we still need to, deal with the active provider chest. So let's do yellow cake first since we're over here. And, yes, I did direct insert the yellow cake. So this is not going to be trivial to do. I want, let's see, 3 a second I think it was. So what was that? Yeah, I need 3 of these. So what I will do here is... just copy. Let's see, was that it? I think that was it. Okay, cool. And what power did I not get? Okay. Okay, something like that. And then I'll just take this off of a belt that is... let's see, small storage chest? No, I think I want to demand it. I don't think yellow cake's used in anything else. We'll find out, I guess. And might as well just get it all since it's not used in anything else. We need to be in the logistics network for this to work. And then we'll put it on this belt here. And we've got everything we need to do that. And that will prioritize using this yellow cake here. And it looks like we're still not getting enough of this because of... Crusher 3s, huh? And then upgrade the belt, I think. Okay, that should help, I think. I do believe. Maybe upgrade the belt even more. Okay. And maybe just copy and paste this, huh? Yeah, maybe just copy, paste it. That would make the most sense. Okay, cool. All right, so the yellow cake now is coming. Oh, no, because we haven't made any. We haven't done any of the reprocessing stuff. Okay, so that'll be good for later, I think. And, oh, yeah, I wanted to check if yellow cake was made in anything. Is it used in anything? Nope. Yellow cake is never used in anything. This FNEI looks through all the recipes, even the ones you haven't researched yet. So, okay, cool. What else was it? The iron oxide. Let's run on up through my base. I wonder if these have done it. Yeah, we have been venting hydrogen, huh? Interesting. So I think the reason we're venting hydrogen is because we started using hydrogen, yeah, from down here. Because I kind of have two different setups, one compressed and one uncompressed. So, yeah, we're no longer using as much of this stuff up here, including the hydrogen. Now, why is that fluid ingredient shortage? It's because regular hydrogen is contaminating that pipe. You can't do sushi pipes in Factorio, or rather you can, but I don't know how. Yes. Anyways, iron oxide should be easy enough to deal with that. Let's see. Now, I think I don't want to demand all of it because I'm using it somewhere. Oh, I should box it down there. Yeah, I'm going to box it and then output it just... Let's see. How do I do this? I have a funny idea. I'm going to output with 2 inserters, and one will output on the left, one will output on the right, but they'll both take from this here, and we will request iron oxide. Actually, no. I think I want a yellow chest with a filtered iron oxide. Okay. Do I have any iron oxide in the network? How do I search that? Like so. I don't have any boxed. Okay, I don't have any boxed, but I do have some iron oxide in the network because I am providing it, I believe, up here. Oh, actually, I'm belting that. It seems like I'm putting iron oxide somewhere, so I won't demand it, just in case I need it demanded elsewhere. All right, but that should work as soon as I make sure I box the iron oxide that's going into the active provider chest down by my reprocessing here. Still haven't gotten any used things here. Apparently this fuel lasts a fairly long time. They are green though, so that's fun. And looks like we've gotten lots of this. Now, Stirling Engine 3s do 8 megawatts at 95%. So 400 divided by 8 is 50. So we would only need 50 Stirling Engine 3s. Okay. And we still don't have enough Stirling Engine 2s, so let's upgrade that. I think I'm using Stirling Engine 3s in science, so that's not a great solution. Oh well. All right. And are these getting the heat they need? Not really. Oh, you know what? Stirling Engine 2s only operate at 500. Aha, that's why it doesn't really work to do this. I would need to upgrade these to Stirling Engine 3s, which can work at 1500 degrees Celsius. Okay, it all makes sense to me now. It all makes sense to me. I think this will still work then, right? Because the range... Yeah, I definitely want to upgrade those all to Stirling Engine 3s at some point. Anyways, what was it we were going to do? The iron oxide. Okay, so let's see. That needs to be a filter inserter and just take the yellow cake. And then the iron oxide will go into another filter inserter and box it first. just like so. Except that belt needs to extend. All right, we still haven't gotten the spent uranium cell, but everything's working, right? Everything's working. Did I still have these spent cells? I do still have these spent cells. Let's do this real quick. Okay. And then, yeah, it looks like, oh, we are backed up on the fission cells. This is nice. Oh, they're not going anywhere. It's like, why aren't they coming? I should have plenty of spent cells. That's painful, isn't it? That's painful. All right, so these need to come up. No. Oh, where'd they go? I think it went down here. Oh, well. You know, I think that actually is not going to be that big of a problem. We'll just leave it there forever. Okay, and then these come right there. All right, are we good? I think we're good. Maybe I'll go pick up what's on the belt. It's not there. It's there. And I can output whatever I picked up. Okay. Spent cells and whatnot. I'll get rid of my inventory stuff where it belongs. Okay. Everything looks good. Beautiful purple glow. Beautiful green glow. Delightful. These Stirling engines should all be Stirling engine 3s because the optimal range is whatever that range is. So I will slowly do that. I do not really want to have a request for like 100 Stirling engine 3s, so it'll be slow. But anyways, that'll be good. And then we'll have lots extra, basically backup power. Yeah, like we're not using this right now, but we will. All right, I have been going through some science, I think. Yeah. Okay, we really need to get, let's see. Apparently we need to get 25% oxygen, but that'll come in time. We can do personal storage, but it looks like copper really is the next thing we need to do, as well as the biochemistry. But the copper is going to unlock a whole bunch of stuff. So let's go on up to my new copper place, which is just directly above us, I think, if we can get through here, which it looks like we can. All right, up. To the orange, yes. I was thinking about making it red, but apparently it's still orange, huh? All right, so first things first, we look at factory planner, and we see we want a ton of flotation cells. I guess I'll beacon them. That was kind of the idea here. And then, do I need copper solution for anything else, or does it just go into... Just goes into the copper boxes. Yeah, copper solution barrels aren't used in anything. I'm just going to make copper ingot boxes, right? Yes, cool. So I'll do that all in the same place. Bunch of flotation cells, and then run that into the electrolyzers, right? Yeah. And I said productivity, yeah, because otherwise it would be too slow. Like to use yield modules, and I don't care so much about speed. It's one of these setups, huh? I've done this before, like that. And then you can chirality this, asterisk, and everything's going to be perfectly tileable like so. And then I can, let's see, can I rotate it? That is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Cool. And then what do I need to bring in here? Crushed copper ore. Okay, so if I run the crushed copper ore like this, that'll work. How many belts did I say that was? More than a yellow belt, so a red belt. Are you telling me? Are you telling me I need a red belt of this? Let's see, what belt? That was just yellow. Okay. And up like so. Cool. Upgrade this. And actually, I probably want to upgrade this whole thing because I think I'm doing a whole bunch of stone as well. And then Crusher 2s. No, we want Crusher 3s, baby. Let's go. What'd I say speed-wise? Yeah, those weak speeds are fine. Actually, I will put in efficiency. Why not? And if I do that, then the modules will copy and paste as well. And we can just run it up like so. Okay, make sure we got enough. Wait, actually, I didn't need to do that, did I? That's too much. Too much. Something like that should be more than enough. Okay. Yeah, everything will work out there. We'll deal with stuff over here first and then go back down. All right. Yeah, and then we tile it like so. That was 8, 12, 16. That's more than we needed. About more than we needed. We can use large beacons to help us with that. I guess I could have put it in range of there, but oh well. That's how I roll. I just do things inefficiently because I just don't care. Okay, cool. And I never did bother with power, so let me just substation. Okay, I need to get over there, don't I? There we go. Substation everything, and oh, lights. I forgot lights. Which apparently I've given up making things look nice. Apparently. Did I get lights over here? I have the bad lights. Let's just put the good lights in the corner so I can actually see. All right. That's a lot of fluid stuff. Sulfuric acid, solvent, and sludge. And then I already checked that copper solution wasn't used in anything, so I can just... let's see, bring it all like that way to my to electrolyzing. To electrolyzing, of course. So I want to do it like that, and then electrolyzing can be right here. Okay. And yeah, I'll just make that all work. Let's see, that was priority electrolyzer 3s is what I had planned, and I can continue doing that. I have a whole bunch of copper in my inventory, don't I? All right, electrolyzer 2s. Yeah, whatever. Okay, simple as that, and that's a byproduct that we have not had yet. Okay. Put it like so, and like so, and like so, and then don't have any more of those, eh? That's okay. My base spot should be along momentarily, right? Please tell me that I have plenty of pipes and everything. Plenty. All right. And that is pretty much all I needed. I could just do 6 of these, right? Instead of bothering to upgrade those to priority electrolyzer 3s. Yeah, let's do that. All right, and then we'll bring down sludge, solvent, sulfuric acid, and wastewater. Let's see. Sludge, solvent. Sulfuric acid. Oh, and I was using the wrong ones. Darn it. Come on, Adam. Okay. And solvent, and sulfuric acid, and sludge. All right, and then over here, we just run it down. Let's see here. Like so. Is that a good line for it? I think that was an okay line, actually. Now, some of this stuff actually is going to be easiest to get over here, isn't it? Solvent, I think, specifically. Yeah, solvent's running here. So I can take it right like so. Alrighty, the solvent's taken up just like so. And let's see, sludge and wastewater probably I can find just easily enough. Like this is wastewater here, so I'll just run this up and connect it into that electrolyzer here. Wastewater. Okay, and that was the byproduct, so easy peasy. All right, and then sludge and sulfuric acid. Now, I have a memory sulfuric acid's over here somewhere. As far as sludge, I'm not sure. Now, it turns out sludge and sulfuric acid are going to be a bit annoying. I have to come all the way down here, or there are a few similarly close places that I could come. But this, I believe, is going to be the best because I can run sludge. Yeah, here we go. Sludge and sulfuric acid. And sludge was an output, yeah. Just checking here. Yeah, sludge is an output, obviously. And, yeah, everything else was an input. Okay. So let's see. Wait, where'd that sludge? Oh, I didn't do anything with it yet. Okay. All right. So I guess I'll run it here, and then I'll hook the sulfuric acid so I can run them right next to each other, like so. And then I needed to come up with them. Yeah, I guess right about here where I start not being able to do anything with them. Okay. And on and up we go. All right, I made it up to this garish orange part. I checked that sulfuric acid is on the right, sludge is on the left, and we have copper solution. No, because I never put in inserters. And we've created the first copper ingot at 91 hours, 48 minutes. Excellent. That was super fast. Like this turned on, and then the electrolyzer turned on, and yeah, these are pretty fast, aren't they? Okay, and I never did the inserter here, and we definitely need to spend some time in this boxed. I wanted boxed. Come on. And there's no difference here. All I'm going to need to do is to unbox to box. Yeah, you know what I mean. You don't know what I mean. All I need to do is... All right, we've gotten the assay. Okay. And put it on the one side and put it on the other side. And now that belt will get filled up. Okay, cool. And now I can clear the junk out of my inventory somehow. And we need to set up the intermediates, don't we? All right. Cool. Are all these working? Oh, I used a yellow belt for some reason. Okay. Probably want to use blue belt because I think we'll be able to handle it. And if we can handle it, then I want to handle it. Alrighty. Am I ready to take the belt of boxed copper over to an intermediate location right here? Yes, I indeed absolutely am. I guess we'll come up with it and get this copper wire box and copper sheet box going. And how do I want to do this? Do I want them on separate? I think I want them on the same line. So something like I've done before, where I have the foundries on either side, the copper wires on one side, the copper sheets on the other, and then they just insert onto this belt like so. Cool. Have no idea how many I need, so this is overkill. I do have enough ingots to supply this, I believe, but maybe not, who knows. And let's just turn it on, I suppose. We need lubricant and sulfuric acid, and then we will be starting to get this show on the road. Let's see, sulfuric acid's gonna be easy, isn't it? Duh, it's around here somewhere. Right, where was it? I pulled it over. Oh no, I didn't end up pulling it from over there, did I? Pulled it up here. So let's use the three-way here and then take it on over to the west and then figure out the lubricant, which I have over by my intermediates many places, so no worries. Okay, up here, let's see, is that it? Oh, right, that is it. Where was it? Oh no, it's just in the one place. Right, boss. Okay, so now that one will be working. Sheets, and then lubricant for the wire. Lubricant. Right, it's immediately to the south of this. This is like my main tank of lubricant, which I still have medium tank 1. That's pretty funny, actually. And I think I want to replace this with wait, where is that not coming down anywhere? No, it wasn't, was it? Okay. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I've not made any more lubricant than this. Is that right? I probably should, right? I should probably use better modules in here at least. Now that's going to slow it down, actually way down. Way down. The large beacons will help, especially if I put better modules in. I can also upgrade those as well. Okay. Yeah, that should be about as fast as before. And we didn't really have an issue running out of lubricant before. Okay, so we should be good. All right. Oh, wait. That's not quite right. Okay, cool. So now lubricant is being supplied everywhere that I need it, and I can also use it for the copper wires. All right. Straight up, right? I mean, there's a chance this line is perfect. Okay, well, you know, so maybe there's no chance the line is perfect, huh? All right, fine. Have it your way. And we've got copper wire. Yes, baby. Let's go. Let's go. How are we looking here? Things are fluid ingredient shortage of sulfuric acid. And what do we think is the reason for that? Indeed. It's just because we are still using Chemplant 2s there. And I believe I can just do some of this. Is that right? I think I can. And at some point I can come down there and use productivity modules. That'll make my sulfur dioxide and oxygen. Yeah, oxygen, water, sulfur dioxide. So I actually would like to use less oxygen. I need to get that oxygen up. I mean, that might be something that we struggle with. One way to help that will be to do grass at the end of this episode. But I really want to get insulated wire up. I was so sure that I would be able to do that at the end of this episode. But it's looking like I'm going to have to think more about where to put it. But I teased it at the beginning. That's the only thing. I teased it. What am I looking over here for? Oh, I can't even do it yet. Can't even do it yet. That was a blue chip thing that I needed. Anything else I can use copper with? Heat pipe 2 is a new recipe that I can use copper in, and that heat pipe 2 it's very similar to the other recipe. The only difference looks to be, well, it makes 3 instead of 2. Okay, so it's 50% more efficient straight off the bat. And it, on top of that, it uses less ceramic powder, and on top of that, it uses a copper sheet, which is basically free, instead of a heat pipe 1. And heat pipe 1s, yeah, those use a fair bit of stuff. And the aluminum sheet, a pipe 2, which is certainly not free. It's plastic or steel. I think I'm using just plastic for that. So, okay, it's plastic. All right, what else? Yeah, that's it. That's what they give you. That's the recipe they give you right when you unlock copper. That way you have some motivation to do it. I'm not going to worry about it right now, I don't think. I guess I could use bots and just revamp. Yeah, maybe that's actually a decent way to do it because it uses the exact same ingredients. So I could just put some filter inserters here to put this stuff in chests and then go into my maul and summon it quickly enough. Just like that. And just like this. Okay, here's where my heat pipe 2s are. Right now I'm summoning heat pipe 1s actually. So all I have to do is stop summoning heat pipe 1s and then insert. Oh yeah, this is amazing. All right, let's see. We'll pick up from the unboxer here and then we will summon what was it again? I forget. Copper sheets. All right, so we'll summon the boxed copper sheets. And probably need a fair bit because they're coming from far away, but maybe not that far. I should have kept some in my inventory, huh? Oh well, and that'll be good. I just have to make sure that, let's see, what do I need to make sure? I think I can go ahead and yield module everything. We've got tons of production here. And all right, I'm going to keep this guy here. I'm going to get my concrete bot like so. I'm going to go clean up some of this stuff, make it look nice. And then what am I going to do? Oh, I don't have concrete. All right. And then I'm going to come down to where? Where am I going to come down to? Oh, yeah, the copper. Make the copper look nice. And then we're going to go get the heat pipes, set that to the right recipe. All right, I've cleaned this up a little bit, and I was actually noticing something pretty cool I wanted to show you, and that is the power graph. Now, the wind power has not been great over the last hour, but look at the surge electrolyzer power usage. You'll notice 40 to 60 minutes ago, we were using a lot of surge electrolyzers sometimes, and then we would have dips. And the reason we have spikes with the surge electrolyzers is that because we have the dips, and then we need to go overtime to compensate for that, to fill up those buffers that we're running. Since we've set up the fission, though, and since we've set up this new Stirling engine, like the Stirling engine 3s and the additional Stirling engine 2s that we've had, we really haven't had issues, even though our wind power hasn't been, flawless. So that's something pretty cool. I think we'll see that the surge electrolyzer power usage is going to level out now, which means we have enough power pretty much at all times. All right, I wasn't finished with the concrete. I'm coming up here to make this copper stuff look pretty. Ooh, I like that red outline. Yeah, you like it, don't ya? Don't ya? Don't ya? This is kind of messed up. Let me fix this. All right, is that better? I think that's better. It looks pretty good on the map view at least. Let's switch on over to, let's see, my base building bot down here, and I am certainly ready, yes, to replace this recipe. And over here, I need to clear the belt a little bit. Okay, cool. And now all these are working. We're putting the heat pipe 3s on the belt here. We're putting them into the chest, and everything's working. And this is a lot more efficient. It's a lot faster. And we should have plenty of steel sheets in the network here. Yeah, it'll be fine. I think maybe I want to boost that up a little bit just to give my bots a little extra leeway, because they are going from here to here, and that's a fair bit of them. At some point, I will belt this over, like when I do my insulated wire, possibly next episode. But yeah, we'll do insulated wire next episode, blue chips next episode, I think. Actually, wow, what are we going to do next episode? Because we don't have the research for it. I should have switched over and researched this copper stuff first. Well, is it time to go back into biology, because we have that fish we need to take care of? I don't know. We might do biology next episode. We might look at some of this stuff. Yeah, we'll find out. As I'm looking around my base, I realize that I'm almost out of volcanic gas, and let's see, this guy is taking a long time to fill up. So I'm going to guess this volcanic gas ran dry, and we're going to need to make some more outposts. Probably over here should be good, or I can try to find some more this way. Like here's, that doesn't look too good. Let me use my, what's it called? My mecha is what it's called. Let's see. Let's go scout out with my mecha over here. And let's see, that's my rail, so I just want to go straight out there. Come on back. Go back, and we'll check what's over by my rails if I were to continue this to the east, which is kind of what I had planned to do. And if I am indeed going to do that, let me make sure I have rails that are being supplied, because I can make those out of wood now. So yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. Volcanic gas outposts, wooden rails, and yeah, I guess that'll be in progress for next time, and then hopefully we'll have the research done so that we can get, goodness gracious. Yeah, we got to do the tool making and then the blue chips. That's going to take a while. Unfortunate that. Oh well, it'll get done at some point. And then we'll be ready to do it. Okay, until next time, y'all take care.